Do you wonder like what part of our episodes people watch? Because I go on like the YouTube stuff and I'm seeing them. And I'm like, oh, they only watched 15 seconds. And I'm like, well, which 15 seconds did they watch?
Like people seem to watch like only like 2 minutes or something like that.
Yeah.
Or 15 minutes.
And we record a whole hour.
One entire hour.
Is that like narcissism for us?
No, because we don't sit there and keep it on mute.
Yeah, but I'm also thinking like.
No, plus it's a matter of
The world?
Yeah, getting people to
The world!
getting people to see it.
That's the episode. That's the intro. That's the intro.
Welcome, everyone. We are excited to have you here on BNR, and that stands for Booze, News, and Reviews. Now,
That's jazz, baby.
and now, for without further ado, we're going to introduce ourselves. You know, 'tis I.
Kicking it over.
Yes.
Oh, you kicked it to me? Yeah. 'Tis I, hailing from the land of sake, shinobi, and samurais. The boy is Godzilla personified, no other name but this to go by. It's your boy, J Hout.
That's called foreshadowing.
Right. But I am not the only person here. You can see over to my left, we have none other than the one, the only.
Oh, wait. Hello, everyone. My name is Sterling Spencer, also known as the Living Codex, the stalwart shield of South Philly, ace trainer of West Willie, doing stuff with my hands because I am Sterling, welcoming you to BNR. But I am not alone. I'm one head of the three-headed dragons. We're about to kick it to the man with the plan. Go outside, don't get a suntan. Kick it over to him.
It's Big Dan.
Big Dan.
Rodan. Coming at you live from the 215. Your comic book connoisseur, your sommelier of sci-fi and superheroes. Here again to welcome you to another episode of BNR My Barflies. One more time. Last time. Oh, yeah.
That is also now foreshadowing.
That is, all of this was foreshadowing, right? Man, Josh, how are you doing, man?
I'm doing pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm doing real nice.
You the main character this episode,
a little
man.
bit. It's been a while, but
You been busy with
the.
still got it? You still got it?
I don't know. I don't know if
Flex
I
on
ever-
him real quick.
Anywho, without further ado, we're going to kick it over to the drunken master of this evening.
Oh, man, this is different.
Please
You
tell us.
shaking it
It's
up.
weird, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Hello, I'm Sterling. I'm the drunken master for this evening. We have Pennsylvania-made Allegro
Show the people. There you go.
Celeste wine. It is grape peach wine. We're going to mix it up today. So I'm going to get this ready for my compatriots while we start on the news.
On the news. All right. Changing things differently. I'm going to kick it over to myself here.
Do that.
Okay.
Do that.
Shuloki?
Really quick. How do y'all feel about Scarlett JoHansson suing Disney? I have feelings, and I don't want to be wrong, and I'm going to take this to a wide shot, but, you know.
I think you know, take a shot. Take a shot at the king. If you
giving up her shot.
if you win out, you win out. That's a big win. But this is also like a big swing. So like if she
Right.
messes up, she could be like, I mean, she's already out of the.
Now,
Technically.
here's the thing, right? COVID created a very unprecedented time for everybody.
That's true.
Her contract was created, and the movie was filmed pretty much before COVID.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So her agreement was accurate,
Yeah.
and the turnout was accurate based on the pretense of the contract. However, I don't see why Disney would have an issue with just letting up on some money from Disney Plus. First of all, everyone that saw Black Widow through Disney Plus paid for it. Hopefully, you nasty people. You're nasty.
Nah, they don't need no more money.
Right. So, yeah, I mean, like, what did they say? In the first 2 weeks, it was like 60 million or something like that?
Something like that.
You can't let ScarJo hold a little bit of something like that. Like, I understand money is money and contracts are contracts, but don't do dirty like that. Like you don't have to do dirty like that.
Right. They don't have to. And also, like, to your point, if it's in the contract, then then you effed up. You should have just renegotiated the contract.
Right.
Like, that's all.
And I mean, what is it? If ifs and buts were candy and nuts, I don't know. I
don't know what
Then
you're talking
it's like
about.
if ifs and buts were candies and nuts, then we'd all be like something. I don't know, whatever.
Let us know in the comments.
Yeah. or don't.
Or ask your aunt who probably knows.
But no, I feel bad for her, but at the same time, I'm also like, that's business.
Yeah,
I feel bad because yes, COVID happened, but COVID happened for everybody. You might be missing a few million, while some people are missing like their whole like livelihoods.
I feel bad about it only because of the business aspect of it. Like this was the deal. You didn't uphold your end of the bargain.
They did.
Did they?
Yes.
Yes.
She got paid based on theater ticket sales. That was in her contract.
Oh.
Her payment was based on
but she's
theater.
upset because of but what about the streaming joint? Can we get that?
Because nobody went to the theaters to go see this movie.
Oh. I mean,
and
it was in the contract.
And you pushed back her movie because of
COVID and all that stuff. I mean, that sucks, but you should have renegotiated your contract. I thought the onus was on Disney because they effed up, but nah, that's on you and your manager, bro. Like, it's dirty. Don't get me wrong. I don't think it's
filthy.
like ethically right.
Yeah,
but they played.
There's
the game.
also rumors that Emma Stone's going to jump in on the same train.
Yeah, I saw that for Cruella. Yep,
but
I saw that.
COVID be COVID. Y'all filmed these movies before. Yeah, I mean, which is why Shang-Chi is not on Disney Plus.
Mm-hmm.
Day one, theater, right? It'll be going right to theaters, which is why Spider-Man is not Disney Plus. Yep. Because Sony was like, "What y'all not gonna do?"
It's like there's a few more hands in that pot.
Right. So I think it's fascinating to see what happened from her. I guess I don't think this should be whistleblowing because it's not really whistleblowing. It's like it's holding accountable to what the contract says.
For something that was unprecedented for everybody.
Yes.
You sitting here saying, it's me. Like, you're going, but I'm suffering. When everybody else is like, yeah, but we're suffering.
But if you have the means to do something about it, which she does, then shouldn't you?
Yeah, but, also at the same time, I'm not to say that we shouldn't take more money from Disney, because everybody should be getting paid from Disney. Mm-hmm. Everybody should be getting paid from Disney. Everybody should be getting paid from you. But
tell them we said it.
I mean, they'll come in here and shut this whole thing down immediately. We'll get a whole defamation thing. There will be no Blerd bar.
We'll get this in place.
Nope. I'm not scared. I'm so afraid. But this booze. Let's get back to that.
We're on news. Are we?
We were really kind of just talking through that situation while you poured for us.
Fair.
Well, we appreciate it. Let me go ahead and try this.
Try it. What's this called again?
This is Allegro Wine's Celeste Sweet Grape Peach Wine. Grapes and peaches.
I like that. You didn't pour me enough. Go ahead and pour that.
Okay. I was just trying to be conservative.
No, I understand. That's not your color. Conservative's not your color. Don't do that to yourself. This is not Fox News.
It's the Blerd bar.
Hi, I'm Candace Owens. I hate black people. Just kidding. Maybe.
We're not getting that in post at all. That stays. We said what we said.
It's time for me to start editing episodes. You're about to see a very different side of the Blerd bar. Josh, you're usually a drunken master. Let's see how you feeling.
How do I feel about this?
You know things.
And I drink, right? This is I would actually agree with Daniel that you didn't pour me enough, only because it's so easy to sip.
It's easy.
This is what I believe some called in previous episodes.
Do not. Absolutely not. It is good wine.
I'm gonna hold on. Let me lower my glasses. I gotta tell the audience.
Oh goodness!
This is what they call.
No.
This is what they gonna call that.
I will literally edit this episode.
Don't worry about it. But it's easy to sip.
And this is very easy to sip, and it's very just like I have to wonder what's the percentage on it.
11. We chill.
11.
Okay.
It's not like 50. If this was 15%, we would all be like, you know what? Let me tell you another thing.
This is very mellow.
It's very mellow, but it's tasty, and it is very sweet. The idea of what is it called? Moscato does come to mind
very quickly.
I don't hate it, but I know that certain people just wouldn't really not appreciate it, wouldn't like it just because it is so sweet. That's like this is not like
this is a dessert wine.
A dessert wine kind of a thing. It's not like something that you have with steak or even.
I'm sorry,
like
I
fish.
slurred my speech like that. Like
No, it's fine.
I only had 2 sips. It's not that strong.
But yeah, it's okay.
Wine.
Because it is such a sippable drink and it is so fun. Like I would have it on like a hot day out back on a roof deck.
That's nice. What
I would give it. I like it. I'd give it 3.5.
Yeah. I would have to agree. It's hold on. Not with the number, but with what Josh was saying.
Okay, commentary.
This is definitely something that you would say you're going to a family function, right? But you kind of don't like love the family that you're going to go see.
I don't know where this is going. Okay.
Hold on, let me finish.
Yep.
You're cool with them, and they ask you to bring something. So you went and got this, and it was good because you enjoy it, but you were also like, I'm not getting them that.
I'm not getting them the now back. Yeah.
Right.
Nah, I totally agree.
This is not pressed grapes from 1929.
Yeah.
This is pressed grapes from last week,
No,
bottled up.
2018.
But this is something that like I would be fine with parting ways with. Like,
right.
I would bring it to the party knowing that
I went the long way of saying
this.
what you're saying. Yeah.
I might not drink.
It
this,
might sit
and
in
it's fine.
it might just sit in my thing, waiting for a while.
Drinking horns.
I would say I'd give it a solid 3. It's a solid 3. It's not like upscale, but it's good.
I would agree. I think this is no juice. Basically, it's just juice. It's sweet. It's really easy to drink. Like there's no pucker. There's no dryness to it. It's very easy to drink.
This is a little dry.
I'm
a little dry in the back.
I can see that. I'm gonna ride with my compatriots and say give it a 3. It's good. It's good. Pennsylvania made.
Pennsylvania.
Oh, that's cool. Shout out to them.
Yeah.
Shout out to us.
If we don't buy black, we buy local.
Yeah. We try.
Unless they're racist, and then we don't.
Very important. Let's move on to news. Oh wait, I have it. Okay. Let's move on to news.
What
And
was that?
because the score, I forgot to do the thing for my score. Are you telling me?
All right. You know what time it is. It's time for that shot seat.
Shot.
Today, we have Big Dan
Big Dan.
in the shot seat.
Oh yeah.
And we're going to
Oh,
be talking
boy.
about some anime, so get ready for it.
I'm about to be trashed.
About to kick it over to my man. No, Josh, go through it. Wait. Okay, so I'm gonna ask a question from our corner of the universe. Get the question wrong, gotta take a
Shot.
and get the question right. Then you don't have to, but you can if you want.
If you want to celebrate.
Kicking over to Big Dan. It's
Yeah.
question time.
I have
All
a
right.
family. Did y'all pour the shot yet?
No, I'm
What
doing
are we having shots of?
We are having a shot of Kraken.
sticking with our kaiju theme.
Sticking with the kaiju theme.
It's kaiju, probably.
All right. 1, 2, 3, shot.
Greek kaiju.
All right.
Can I have the shot, please? Just in case.
Here we go.
Absolutely not.
Question number 1. After learning a Zanpakuto's name,
Okay.
a Shinigami can activate this by calling out a release call.
No.
Example being, soar upon the frozen heavens. Yonmaru. All right.
You wasn't gonna try. If you know the answer, please let us know in the comments.
I didn't know at all.
All right.
And with that, we'll be going
be right
back
back.
to the regular episode. Deuces.
I'm gonna be trashed.
What you got, buddy? What's going on in the world of comics?
Let's see. In the world of comics, Hawkeye.
Oh, we gotta kick it to you, my
Yeah.
guy.
Hawkeye is getting a release date, November 24th of 2021, on a Wednesday. Very much like how they did Loki. I think because people were anticipating Friday shows on Disney Plus, Disney was like, and then we're like Wednesday. I think it's just a way for them to not be obliterated in social media on Fridays.
Or even like the cannibalism of the other shows.
Yeah. There are a few other shows that Disney Plus has which are subpar. But anyway, this is going to have Jeremy Renner as Hawkeye, Haley Stanfield as Kate Bishop, which, as we have continued to see through the Phase 4 turnings of MCU, we might be getting a Young Avengers.
It's there.
All the ingredients are there.
Mm-hmm.
Secondly, for my news here, Blizzard's president steps down. President J. Allen Brack is leaving the company. If you are not familiar with the Blizzard/Activision scandal, go look it up. It's a lot. It's a doozy. It's messed up.
What's a TLDR? Were they like funneling money?
No, there was like sexual harassment. There's retaliation against employees, unequal pay. It's just,
the list goes on.
Yeah. Like they literally had
everything but funneling money.
Right.
It sounds
like everything that you could probably do on a white collar crime. They were like, let's go the opposite way. So, no, they were literally having like people staying in dorms and working through with unreasonable hours. It's insane. Almost as bad as the Frito-Lay factories. But that's a different story. Jeez. This is not that podcast. And last but not least, there is a new Rick and Morty anime. I have yet to watch it. And, Rick and Morty is meta in general. Mm-hmm. So when they do things, it's without reason, but with very distinct reason.
It's next level.
Yeah. So, but why do anything when you can do everything? So that's my review and my news. My review of the news that I have, right?
Josh, what's up, man?
J-Hawk.
What you got going on?
What I have, that reminds me of what I got, you can get it from your mama. Only thing I have to review for you guys is Demon Slayer fans can now own a replica of Zenitsu's sword with the latest PROPLICA, like a prop, but replica.
PROPLICA,
PROPLICA release. It's pretty much a sword. It's on a stand from Premium Bandai, and with an expected release in December. The sword will feature its own stand as well as of the expected detail, including the detail on the hilt and blade, and will even feature a built-in speaker with voice lines that are triggered when the sword is unsheathed from its scabbard or swung. Pricing for the sword is set at about $120 at the current exchange rate. And I looked at it and I was like, oh, this looks cool. And then I saw the video. I watched the video trailer for it, and I was like, it's not 120 cool though. It's not that.
Inflation.
Like if it was just a legit sword that was like replica, I'd be like, okay, cool. I can get with that. But like as soon as I saw that they have a speaker in it, I was like, nah, I don't think it's for me. It's not for me.
The target.
Yeah,
not the target.
Not the target. That's all I had that I saw that was interesting.
Okay, so my news is really quick. Number one, Pokemon Unite. Sterling's talking about Pokemon Unite. Absolute shocker. The first patch is going live August 4th. The game's been out for 2 weeks. So a patch this early, the Pokemon has really been active on Twitter, trying to get surveys, and maybe they're trying to keep this game alive. But Pokemon Unite first patch is out. I got to kick it to myself. That was wrong. Okay, I'm here now. Hello. And so we have Street Fighter V, the Summer Pass. We have Oro coming to the game from Street Fighter 3. And we have Akira from Rival Schools and a newly announced character, Luke, which this is just some dude and he's brand new. And now he's in Street Fighter 5. So that's fun and interesting. And finally, wrapping it all up, Major League Baseball, yes, the MLB plus Minecraft. So now you can, there's a home run derby in Minecraft. You can play as any of the major league teams. And yeah, so that's fun and interesting. And that will be our news.
The news.
Now it's time. You've just been doing it for so long. It's just like it's just within you. It's fine.
And now.
Right. Now we're gonna do some reviews. Today we are reviewing Godzilla Singular Point and No Sudden Move. And we're back.
We are back.
With the second shot seat. We saw that Dan didn't make it the first time. Will he be successful?
But he's back. He knows things.
Let's see. He might. He
about
might
to
not.
kick it to the man. Now, reminder, shot seat. Get the question. Thank you. Get the question wrong. You gotta take a shot. And if you get the question right, then you don't have to. I know some people are very dedicated about not giving away their shot, you know,
Or throwing it away.
Or throwing it away.
All right. You guys ready for a second? You ready, Dan?
I'm gonna try this time.
All right. Here we go.
I'm gonna listen to the whole question.
All right.
You
Cool.
should.
Cool.
You should.
All right. Second question. The energy used for almost anything in Naruto.
Ooh.
Gotta put it. You gotta put the what is.
What is? Hold on.
Take your time.
I know this one.
You do. You were alive in 2009, so yes, you do.
It's not chi, is it?
Seeing as you did not phrase that as what is, I'm assuming that's not your final answer, right?
Yeah.
Not. No.
Okay. Good, because it was wrong.
It was wrong. No, I know that was wrong. I don't remember, man. I also didn't watch Naruto.
Yeah, right. Just take that shot.
All right.
All
Big
right.
Dan is currently 0 for 2, and it's a good thing he's not
2.
driving. So we're going to get back to it, and we'll see you in a moment for more Chassis.
Which do you guys feel like doing first?
Godzilla.
Godzilla for the Blerd in us. How does our Blerd feel about
Right.
this?
Oh
Right?
goodness.
You want to go? I definitely want to go last.
Do you?
I 100%.
I will let you go first because you're a fan of Godzilla, so you might have the most to say. I'm in the middle with very much like the slice of cheese in between the sandwich here. So
You ready, buddy?
Sure.
All right, let's go.
So Godzilla Singular Point. This is probably the smartest anime I've watched in quite some time. And I say that meaning that when they talk about scientists and the scientists are talking, they're really like they're going in, and I would like whoever wrote this, they were like, we're going to write it and y'all either going to keep up or you're not, but we writing this. It was just really smart. Also, I will say that with a caveat of the last great anime that I watched recently was Jujutsu Kaisen, because My Hero is just being crap right now, in my opinion. And
so boring.
I also what is it? Not guilty pleasure, but like when I'm not caring about what I'm watching Record of Ragnarok.
Oh, you are watching it.
And
Love yourself, King. Don't do it to yourself.
and what's the other one? 7 Deadly Sins.
Ooh, love yourself. What's going on?
What? 7 Deadly Sins actually isn't that bad.
Are you in the first season?
No, I actually really enjoyed the first season.
First season was really good.
The second.
We ain't
Anywho.
reviewing that.
We're not reviewing that right now.
Playboy.
Anywho,
Get into a different episode.
Godzilla Singular Point. What I did not enjoy was the okay, what I didn't enjoy in the beginning was the artwork of the monsters. Personally, I was just like, this isn't for me, but I'm going to get off my old man porch and just accept that we're here now. And when you get past that and you just understand that that's what they're doing, it really like doesn't make any difference. What I enjoyed was that I feel like this was the first Godzilla property that used people well. Like,
I don't disagree with you.
Like, it was like they weren't just like props. They like, I mean, in the Godzilla movies, the people are supposed to be smart, but they keep doing dumb shit. And this, they were actually just smart people doing smart stuff. So it was just like, wow, that's cool. Go to Wide Shot.
Okay. Josh got feelings. He says
it's
tagging
just like
in. All right.
the monsters weren't even really a focal point,
No.
which was so weird, but not bad.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was a really cool. I really enjoyed this anime, like this Godzilla anime. Like, I was like, this is really cool. I'm really involved in the story, and not just for the kaiju fights, right?
Yeah.
And if you were there for the kaiju fights, I'm really sorry for you. But
It's not for you, Playboy.
yeah,
It's not for you.
You are not the target audience.
yeah, nah, you weren't. If that's what you were there for. Our good friend Kent talked about a lot of the references. I'm sure there were. I could pick up enough that they were making references. I just didn't know to what.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
but I was like,
Yep,
I'm
yeah,
sure that's a reference.
yep.
I'm sure that, and this, I feel like this anime was like chock full of them. I just didn't know exactly what they were too. Because, as I told Kent, even though I'm a fan of Godzilla the character, I have not watched his older movies, so it is what it is.
Long standing. Well, what are we looking at for drinking gourds here, my friend?
Drinking gourds, even with that ending. And I'm sure Daniel will tell us all about the ending. I'm gonna still give it a 4. I would rewatch it. Like,
Really?
I would rewatch it like tomorrow.
Really?
Like,
Oh, you just got that much time?
no, but I would. Only because, one, just to really see if I can like understand what the hell is going on from the science aspect of it.
Well, it's not like science. It's not hard and fast science.
It's science fiction.
It's fringe science.
It's science
at
fiction.
best.
But to see if I could actually like really like understand what they're trying to say. And then also, I thought that the story actually just moved really well. There were moments that I'm just like, wait, we're just gonna blow past that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
There were quite a few of those.
Scoob.
Yeah, and they were just like, let's keep it moving.
Yep.
I was like, okay, 13 episodes, not 26. It's fine.
Oh wait, we're where? We're in India. Okay, we're in India. Okay, we're in Britain. Okay,
Yeah.
we're in Japan. Okay,
Yeah, that was a bit jarring, but as a whole, I'd still give it a 4.
Wow, Big Dan, Rodan, please say words.
I agree a lot with Jayhawk on this one. Except the score. But we'll get to that shortly. You were
Show him the shirt.
always
Show him the shirt.
defund time travel always. But you guys remember like watching like Gundam?
Yeah,
Like sometimes
Like Gundam Wing.
Gundam Wing.
Okay.
G Gundam. Baby.
So remember watching Gundam Wing and expecting robot fights every episode.
every what? G Gundam.
Yeah.
But like watching Gundam Wing and thinking you were going to see a robot fight every episode.
Yeah,
And then you got a lot of jargon, a lot of talk.
a lot of politics.
A lot of politics.
Yeah.
This is what I felt reminiscent of
Mm-hmm.
watching Godzilla Singular Point. I was like, all right, you know, we had Godzilla versus Kong, and you know, obviously Japan knew about that movie coming out, and still went in the direction they went with this anime.
Yep.
And so, they went the opposite route. They were like, they highlighted the people, and they highlighted the people well, to the point where I was not disgusted with them. Like when you watch it, and I've watched too many Godzilla movies, like the old school ones, and been disgusted with the people. And this went the other route, and they were just like, no, the people are the heroes this time around.
Mhm.
Like
for it.
Godzilla was still kind of Godzilla. So however you feel about Godzilla, he was Godzilla, or she was Godzilla. It's a lizard.
Yeah.
But I wasn't a fan of the art for the kaiju. For the kaiju. The rest of the anime art direction made sense.
Yeah, it was great.
There was like this weird plastered. It almost felt like watching South Park with hand drawn animation over CGI, and I was like, "What?" And I was like, "This is a choice. Y'all made that choice. Apparently, y'all did 13 episodes of this."
You know what I just thought about though?
Yeah.
Was it to signify how different and
they are?
that they were?
I would have.
I think it was the art of the original, because the prophecy is actually the first thing you see,
Right.
and it's that art of Godzilla and the Rodans and the Archer dude. I feel like they were trying to make that old school Japanese art like just come to life, like in that style. Because if you look at
like their eyes, and like the face.
even their teeth, like the way.
Oh yeah, the curve. Yeah.
I think
very old school Japanese
Yeah.
art, and so I didn't hate it, but I also was like, it disconnected me from it.
Yeah.
I will say, since Rodan is my last name, and I saw that flock of Rodans, I too screamed when seeing a flock of Rodans. Listen, I love my family, and y'all don't watch this anyway, so I'm not worried about that. But listen, where 2 or 3 of us are gathered, run.
Carnage is in the midst.
You may not see red sand, but you should be equally afraid. No, it's one of those things where like I saw like when they showed like 30 of those Rodans flying around, I was like, no, that same amount of terror is something I feel as well. I love us, but we a lot when we get together.
Drinking horns, my friend.
No, don't rush me off of this.
I'm staying here.
You can stay right there.
I'm staying right here.
Because I had one more. One more point to make.
I'm not gonna stay here.
You know how I feel about time travel. This wasn't it, but they played with it a little bit too much. They lingered on the topic a little too long.
I mean, that's
just
the whole show.
Just a little bit too long for me.
That's the whole show.
They danced. They danced that dance.
They tiptoed around it so bad.
That dance.
So much so that like in the last episode where they were like, "Oh, you went 6 minutes into the future." I was like, "All right, y'all have a blessed night." Like I'm
What
done.
did you think about? You know what though? The whole thing with the main doctor dude, not doctor, the researcher.
Ashiata?
Yeah, Ashiata.
Yeah.
Like, and they show Phillips too, like in that space with the doctor, but the doctor doesn't see him, and it was interesting.
There was like the monsters predicting the kaiju predicting the future, all that stuff. There was a lot of like time bending, and so I was like, "You want it? You almost lost me, but stay right there. Don't go, if you go any further."
They did that masterfully.
Masterfully would be the word that I would use if I enjoyed it. I was still kind of
but
like
you were
annoyed.
Still here though. You ain't hang up the phone though.
No. Well, I watched
He knew it
season
was
2.
being reviewed.
Right, because we had to review it. So, will I watch season 2? Maybe. Only because Jet Jaguar is supposed to be alluding to Ultraman, which is like a big, like tie-in universe.
Yeah.
I don't know if they'll be allowed to use Ultraman now that Ultraman's a Marvel property.
Yep.
But
We'll see.
You know what? I also. Oh, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
If you wanted to give.
Oh yeah. This is a mid anime for me, like 2.5.
Wow.
Because I feel like if they wanted to get the major audience of anime watchers, they would have lost them with all the science jargon.
And
this
is not shonen.
This is not shonen. And on top of that, it's also not very much Godzilla. Like Godzilla's in the name.
Yeah.
That's
pretty much it.
If you like science and references to Godzilla, this is the anime for you. But the real villain of this movie or this anime is
still Godzilla.
Science.
I really enjoyed the aspect of it felt like an older anime with the music that it was playing.
Oh, I love the music. Yeah,
the music was great.
I was like, oh, this is giving me heavy like early 90s, late 80s anime vibes, especially with the intro with now that we know Pelops is like actually saying all the confusing stuff and the prophecy and all that stuff. I was like, oh, this is like heavy, like classic anime that makes you like ponder about life, like Evangelion type, like real classic stuff. Brought that up. It's very there was a part in there that really made me feel like Evangelion. But that was like, I really enjoyed that aspect of it, the classic part of it, and the monster music that they played.
It was like very classic old Godzilla.
I was like, oh snap, okay, get them royalties.
All right, I'm gonna kick it to myself because I got words. Hello, we're here now. Godzilla singular point. I really enjoyed this anime because I really like anime that you have to go like, wait, what? The best way I can describe Godzilla singular point is you're reading a physics paper, and every time you turn the page, you flip a coin, and depending on heads or tails, there is a random stanza of philosophy or poetry right smack dab in the middle of that physics paper, and you're like, okay, what is this doing here?
He's not wrong.
How
did you get here? You're not supposed to be here.
This is easily one of the most dense anime I've ever seen, and I love the Monogatari series, and it reminded me of that, where it's like I'm literally watching, I answer a text message, I look down, I look up, I've missed 3 plot points. It's like, okay, now I got to go back because what's archetype? What is it? How does this? What is the singular point? What is it? Okay. So
you did miss that, but don't worry, because in the next 5 minutes they'll explain it again.
They will. So, things I enjoyed about this anime.
Only up to episode 3, though.
Only to episode 3.
Things I enjoyed about this anime. I think the art was absolutely amazing. The animation was really, really good. I think it balanced action and exposition pretty okay. Like because this exposition was so heavy, and then it was like, okay, time to fight with a robot. And it's like, all right, there we go. Or it's like, oh, the exposition is really heavy. Okay, now the military's trying to destroy Godzilla for some reason. Like, you think in every universe they should be like, it don't work. Just stop trying to use 50 cals on Godzilla. I really enjoyed, like, in every, I like you piggybacking off of what you guys were saying. I liked how they used the humans. I think this was a really human tale. As much as this was really, when you think about it, the AI, Pelops and Jetjaga were basically the main characters, actually. But like, it's still a very,
they were the heroes, at least.
They were the heroes, yes.
I think it was still a very human tale, and every story of like humans combating against kaiju, you got this one mad lad who's just doing stuff that's like, bro, what are you doing? And that was Yoon, man. Yoon literally pulled up with the wrench and was like, look, we about to do it. And this man was just, he was an engineering mad lad, programming mad lad, program writing mad lad. He was just, it was crazy. To move the story along, they needed geniuses. So Mei was a genius, Yoon was a genius, like,
everybody was kind of a genius, though. Like,
and then, like, because Yoon wrote a program. When you think about it,
sound upset about that.
No, I do, because the least smartest person was the jockball. I can't remember.
And he was still
smart. Yeah.
So like that's what kind of like the status quo never really balanced, because everybody was smart. Like, even the news reporters were like, yeah, so, you know, the red sand and the molecules, and whoa, you just report the news.
They
like,
brought people.
You didn't go to school here, bro.
They brought those are the talking heads.
Sometimes, but I'm like, something like there was like the little boy who was kicking one of the monsters, like the dead bodies, and I'm like, he knows what red sand is, and he knows that the molecules is wrong. Like, I was just like, everybody's a scientist now. That's what we're doing.
I think people in Japan just watch the news and it's factual.
Hot take. So,
but yes, so how they told the story in those chunks, like using the news segments, using the IM chat between Yoon and Mei.
Oh my goodness!
Like it was a lot. It was a lot. So I think I'm glad you brought up Evangelion, because I had to ask myself, who is this for? Right? This is not for the casual anime watcher at all, right? So I'm like, I think this is either for physics students to go, ha ha ha, that's almost right.
Right.
Or people who want to think they're smart. And it's like, well, actually, Godzilla Singular Point was a masterpiece. And then let me tell you why.
Highbrow anime.
So then they're the same people who watch Rick and Morty then.
You said it, I didn't.
All right.
Everybody tag Dan Harmon. So I think there are themes that come through, and I'm about to wrap up here. Literally, there are themes that come through in this anime that make it amazing. And that is when you look up what a singular point is geometrically and algebraically, it's the point when a line does a bunch of funky stuff, and one of the first things is self-intersection. So I'm sure you could find like a loop or something.
No, whatever you just described, we are not a highbrow podcast. So I need.
Speak for yourself, my good man.
I apologize.
Me, an intellectual.
Right. I apologize on Sterling's behalf.
No, but it's the point of self-intersection, right? So that's
Jeez, okay.
but that's the whole anime.
Yes.
And that's why that's amazing, because you're playing with the past, information transferring from the past to the future, and from the future to the past. And one of the challenges of the anime, though, the very end, and I'm wrapping up here, it used a lot of metaphor to describe what was happening in data, like when Pelops met Ashihara and all of that. It's like you're using imagery to describe what's happening in a data way, which can be really confusing for the storytelling, because it's not actually happening. It's just like, how can we conceptualize this? So that gets really turned about. Ultimately, I love nonsense like this. My favorite series is Kingdom Hearts. So, for better or for worse. So, I love nonsense like this, but I understand that this is not for everybody. Because I had to really sit and decide I was going to do this. I couldn't, like, do this while doing some work, or, like, do this while doing some dishes. Like, you have to sit and focus and take notes. I'm going to give it a 4, because I really enjoyed it, especially when I looked up thematically what it was, because I was like, okay, that's really, really cool.
Mm-hmm. I haven't done any of the looking up part yet.
Nope.
That's going to be like tomorrow or something.
It's pretty cool. And I enjoyed it. And that's how my Blerd feels about that.
Yeah. My Blerd is, if I was deeper into science, my Blerd would be satisfied.
I don't know, because it probably is a bunch of nonsense.
But
it's almost passable to people like us.
Just nonsense that
I would love to have, like, you know, those other YouTube videos that have, like, scientists review, like
Dr. Stone.
Dr. Stone. Yeah. I'd love to see, like,
a physicist.
Review.
It'd probably be Neil
Singular
deGrasse
Point.
Tyson.
No, that man will rip it apart.
I don't know. I
don't
think he
know.
might be into it.
But I feel like I also heard a lot of made up words and didn't know if they were made up or not. Yeah.
Bruh.
So
We need to get Neil deGrasse Tyson on
Everybody
here.
tag Neil deGrasse Tyson.
or don't.
No, bring him on. That'd be that'd be really dope.
So, how our blackness feels on? I'm so sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're good.
Sterling keeps swagger jacking.
Gentle jug.
I really appreciated how Jet Jaguar kept evolving too.
That's a part of the. Yeah, that's also a part of the.
The sync, yeah.
Yep.
Supposed to be Ultraman, but can't.
No, Jet Jaguar's it's a reference
He's
to
actually
another.
a character.
I
another
know.
character, yeah.
But it's supposed to evolve into.
I can't believe it's not Ultraman.
I can't believe it's not Ultraman.
And
Ultraman, light version.
It's only 99 cents in the App Store.
It's the Android version of Ultraman.
Please continue. I'm sorry. What else are we reviewing, Josh?
Oh man.
For our blackness,
For the blackness.
we are reviewing No Sudden Move. And we're back
There's the hand.
with the third and final shot seat.
Help me.
Let's see if he can get one.
Now,
if he can get one.
This last one is like a hard one though.
A reminder is get the question wrong, you gotta take a shot. If you get the question right, I'm not.
No, you're gonna have to fill up the other one.
It's gonna be half shot. We're not opening a whole bottle.
No. It's my bottle. It's fine.
It's Dan's bottle, and he says it's fine.
As you pour the shot, I'm gonna ask the question.
It's okay.
So get ready for it. Here it comes.
I'm not okay.
All
He's
right.
not giving away, throwing away.
Third and final question.
Mm-hmm.
The two brothers, Edward and Alphonse, are searching for this item on Full Metal Alchemist.
This item. I know this.
You do. You were alive in 2007, so
It's like the only item that's talked about really throughout the entire series of Full Metal
you
Alchemist.
giving hints?
No. I know the item. I have forgotten the words because I've taken 2 shots. Boo that man.
Take your time.
Please stop because I almost had it. I almost had it up here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, but it's our fault.
Philosopher's Stone.
He did it.
I'm still gonna take the shot.
You
wildin'.
should. You
You
should
wildin'.
to celebrate.
You wildin'.
I was worried for a second. I'm not gonna lie.
No.
I thought they were pretty easy questions, except for the first
The
one.
first one was probably the most difficult for me, only because I did not know what anime you were referencing.
Is this was the answer Shikai?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
But
What?
I should have gotten Naruto right, even though I have not yet watched any of it.
Mm-hmm.
I get the references. I see the memes. That's enough for me. But Full Metal Alchemist, obviously, I've watched 1,000 times. Like I knew. I almost said Pandora's Box, but that was only because of the shots that I had prior to this.
I'd have been so sad. Like it would have been a not the greatest guess, but like I see the item. Like it's a famous item.
No.
Like, yeah.
I knew it was Philosopher's Stone. The word. The word was held back by the Kraken. I had to release the Kraken to release the word.
And now back to our episode.
And I'm gonna let you. I don't know how I felt about it. I'm going to be honest.
So I would let you go
Especially-
first on that.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I don't know.
Get that out the way.
Get it out. I don't know how I
Kick it-
felt
hold on.
about
Kick it over,
this, especially with it being quote unquote. That sounds wrong, but for our blackness, because Don Cheadle was not the only black character, but he was the main black character, and I just didn't. It was an okay movie. I didn't hate it, but I also didn't really know who this movie was really for, especially with the fact that you learn. Well, I don't know if I learned that this is actually like I guess based on a true story with like everything that's going on.
It's historical fiction.
Yeah. So that part was interesting. But I was expecting him to be, I was expecting more, I guess. I was expecting him to be like actually in on it and like he's actually like a double agent for the cops or some shit like that. And he's like about to book everybody. And like that's like his main goal. But nah, he was just a grifter, like, you know, looking for the next come up. And I don't know. It was okay. There was a lot of white people in it. And I would give it a 3. I didn't hate it, but like I also was just like meh.
Yeah. Okay. You got a lot to say?
Oh, I got a lot to say.
All right, so I'm gonna go next. I'm gonna kick it to myself. I'm Loki. I enjoyed the suspense from this movie because whenever it comes to organized crime stuff, it's like, all right, we know nobody can be trusted, but like, what's gonna happen though? So it was wild to see who couldn't be trusted, which in the end, surprise, was no one. I liked the pacing of the movie. It's gonna be weird to say this, but like, it's not historically talked about, like how black folks were involved in organized crime in a multitude of places in the United States. The only times it's really referenced is like Mafia 3 that focuses on the main character's black and organized crime with a black character and black people. So it was cool to.
I'm sorry, just a second, really quick. Do you think it's because black folks are just considered criminals in general, so we can't be organized? We just are criminals.
I think it
Historically
stems from they being white people don't even want
those
give us-
stories
those
tell.
don't want their
stories
stories told.
because
Yeah.
it's too equivalent. Like, oh, they're like us in a way. But anyway,
Watch Snowfall.
so it was pretty cool to see that. And I mean, I never grew up in Detroit, but I've heard tales of the racial divides of Detroit and how intense that got in that era. I'm really glad, spoilers, but I'm really glad the main character didn't die. And other than that, love the suspense, love a good organized crime film, and it was cool. It was all right. I'm going to give it 3.5. It was cool. I liked it. I liked the suspense. I liked the ride, and it was well done.
All right.
Really, really, it's messed up to say. I like how dark it was because Matt Damon gives this amazing, like performance, and his whole thing is like, oh, y'all are still playing by our rules of And
I
then,
mean, it was the 50s, so he wasn't wrong.
he wasn't wrong, and then even the end of the movie is like, damn, it's not a happy ending. It's just like, damn,
It ends.
Yeah,
history.
it literally just ends.
Yeah.
Big Dan got words.
Big Dan got words. No Sudden Moves is a movie where capitalism is the villain, and
True.
that's where I'm gonna pretty much put a period after that sentence.
Period.
Because that's essentially this movie is capitalism.
Mm-hmm.
At the heart of it all,
Yes.
is capitalism, and so I know that sounds like a gaslighting word sometimes because when you say it, then you're like, oh, capitalism.
No.
But some of us benefit from it. Others, are stepped on the necks because of it. But
the answer is a few of people benefit. It ain't us.
So anyway, that's a different podcast.
I got feelings.
That's that's on your cup of tea
But
podcast.
yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Plugged a different podcast and it's Jayhawks. Anyway. Anyway, I was surprised by the strong delivery of the supporting cast of this movie. With the exception of Brendan Fraser, who I did not believe. He's the only moment I was like suspended in disbelief that he was playing his role correctly. And here's why. It was just at one point he tried to like a mob accent, and they don't really give him a place of where he originated from. So it was kind of weird. But everybody else, obviously, you see, they don't show you in the opening title screen of some of these actors because obviously they'd be giveaways, like Matt Damon, Ray Liotta. Like they just don't talk about them. And obviously, spoiler alert, because we're BNR. Anyway, so seeing them pop up and then seeing them play their roles so well, which is why my opening statement about capitalism is what it is, because Matt Damon delivers the best monologue about capitalism and the reality that like this land is my land, y'all just live in it kind of type deal. I was like, I don't feel safe, but you're right.
He's out of line,
Right,
but he's right.
And so just like for all of this running around and like scraping and scrimping and trying to survive, obviously I'm quoting lines from Good Times theme song. Like it was just like, okay. Now what did that get you? You did all that and it brought you right back to me, right?
And that's even referenced because the movie ends how it opens.
Yeah. And talk about a loop, right? Like that was a whole TikTok loop of like 2 hours and almost 2 hours, and you're like, oh, he's same scene.
Yep.
And
back where he started. It's pretty powerful.
And the fact that like he did all of this for the amount of money that he ended up getting at the end, I was like, that's how it goes sometimes.
Yeah.
We can be schemers, we can even be innovators, we can even be good people doing bad things. You're gonna get what you get. And he made sure that the family felt emotionally safe even when they were like in their house with guns, and he was like, no, what we not gonna do. And then even was the hero for a second, and was like, I just want to get mines, and you got what you got.
Do you think he was that he was like overreaching at a certain point?
Oh, I think the movie yelled that at us almost too much, and I'll say that like after a while, you were like, okay, you can get out. You can get it out. You can get out now. Even if it doesn't give you exactly what you want, you can get out now. And I think that was telling of, this is where my blackness comes in, telling of how we often try to thrive in America. Like, you made it. You can get out now. But then we're like, nah, I got to get something for my peoples, or I got to get something, I want to be comfortable. And sometimes that's where the corporate greed and the machinations of the government or the they, right? The giant they would catch us. You don't.
It's the fur coat in American Gangster.
Right. It's the one last score, right? Yeah. It's the one last job. It's the I'm trying to reference Black Judas, but like even then he was just trying to do for him. He was comfortable. He was fine. He was getting paid, and it's always that one last thing. And while it sounded racist coming from Benicio del Toro,
it did.
You're never satisfied. And my thing is, with America and the way that America works, you're not supposed to be satisfied.
No.
But as long as you're at the top, you're supposed to tell everybody else that they're satisfied.
Bars.
So,
do you think that has started to change though? Like in the world, I'm not gonna say on a grand stand, but like I think more people are learning about the importance of contentment and loving where you are.
And here's why. I'll tell you. I'll say this in the nicest way I can. You can go to Africa and you can make it. First of all, let's be clear. Africa is 54 different countries.
Yes,
it's a continent. But when we say go to Africa, right, we're talking about the places that don't have electricity or don't have running water, which is unfair, unrealistic, and not true. But when you go to a country that is third world, right, or lower than poor class, and we then upscale them to poor or upscale or middle class, then we come back to America and we say, we're poor now, so we have to go up again. We have to keep going up. The standard keeps shifting based on the fact that the sliding scale needs a lower class. So even if, and I point to you, but I'm saying, like, even if us, but even if, like, us, right, as middle class people making, X amount of money.
We middle class?
No, I am poor. Nigga, I am poor. I feel it. Even though my bank statements say otherwise, I am poor. I feel poor. But the idea...
You middle class and you ain't telling us?
But but this is obvious, like us talking about life. But it's when you talk about it that way, like I have a home, I have a roof over my head, I have a car, I have a job that pays me X amount of money and then tells me to guess my taxes afterwards. Like I have those things, and then America still tells you got to go out and get it. Like then America says you need to have money that starts making money for you in your sleep.
LLC Twitter, baby.
Right.
LLC
I feel
Twitter.
like that depends on who you decide to listen to, which at this point in time, with social media being what it is, you can listen to whoever you want to and block whoever you want to.
That's true, but I'm saying the standard of America is to be self-sufficient, to own your own land, and, pay the government their dues. Other than that, owe no man nothing. But that's, and this is a very personal take, obviously, but that's how I felt this movie was. in the commentary that it was telling, right? Obviously directed by Steven Soderbergh, like it made the highlight of this movie show you every class of person, not race, but economic status.
Yeah,
and was like, this is why they're doing this. This is why this person is doing this. He's a pencil pusher at a company making good money, but this is why he's doing this. Because there's no one in that movie that was satisfied.
A couple of them that had to do with life. Like,
Couple-
not life, not, I'm sorry, not
Like life
life.
circumstances,
Home life
Home
is
life.
what I mean.
Right.
For whatever reason, they didn't really delve into like why the infidelity was going on.
No, because
But-
the movie was more focused on their economic status.
Mhm.
The whole movie.
Yeah.
Because even then, when they shot to the wife of Matt's wife,
The Red Guardian.
she was right, which is so crazy because we saw David Harbour being Red Guardian in one movie and then being a punk in this movie. But anyway, and then like his wife was having an affair with her neighbor, but they like alluded to it, didn't really talk about it, and they were like, we should just get away. And okay, but what? She was like, where are we gonna go? Because everything had to do with money. He rented a car. He was sleeping with the secretary of his boss and all this other stuff. And it was just like, no matter, you could have all those things and be comfortably positioned in life economically and still be unsatisfied. This was
never be satisfied.
I'm pretty sure we can't do that.
right. Well, we can. Who knows? Why not? Don Cheadle's character was going to get $5,000 had the whole thing went correct. Would have gotten $5,000, walked away. He said he was going to walk away, right? Benicio del Toro was going to get $7,000, I think. And then he was like, no, I'm going to go ahead and get this $400K and dip.
But then also, I'm not disagreeing, but I'm pointing out the circumstances of like, then they found out like, oh, you was about to get offed.
Right.
And now things have changed. And so you could have gotten the 5,000. You almost got away with nothing. If you decide to walk away now, you probably still get away with nothing, but still with like a price on your head.
Right. But I'm saying the money would not have satisfied them, but yet they believed it would. That's ultimately the longest way.
I think what you're
My
saying
singular
is-
point.
Let's go, baby. Big Dan knew this from the future, went back to the past, told us to tell Big Dan now in the future to go back to the past to tell us to tell him in the future.
But
Show him
you
the
know,
shirt.
fun time travel, baby.
Goodness.
We're not doing a TikTok video.
In any event, I
But,
think when it comes
yeah.
to, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Finish your thought.
Because I was going on a rant, but this is how I felt about the movie because I enjoyed the movie so much based on the commentary, but at the same time, like I watched that movie breaking it down piece by piece, and I was just like, all right, he's not happy. He's not happy. He got money, not happy.
Drinking gourd.
And then Matt Damon was like,
Matt Damon seemed
I
happy.
run this.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, you're right. Which is, you know, if you look into the history of what actually his character was and what he did, shady.
He wasn't happy because the whole reason that he was stealing the plans because to make sure the catalytic converters weren't put in the cars because that would make it harder for him, so he would lose money. So no, he was not happy.
You're right. And secretly, he was running all four major car companies.
It was a monopoly.
Right. But he, you know, that wasn't also public knowledge, like until it was released through XYZ. So, yeah. Big Dan's going to give this movie a 4 out of 5.
Let's go.
I thoroughly enjoyed this movie. This is my favorite movie that we reviewed so far.
More than Black Widow?
Yeah. And only because, like I said, the supporting cast did such a great job of telling the story for the rest of the main cast.
Yeah.
Don Cheadle, I don't know what his character choice just seemed off for me.
Really?
But it made sense for the character of the story. But watching him play it out sometimes just felt like, I don't know what that is, but it's bothering me.
I felt like I enjoyed everybody's acting. Like everybody who showed up, I enjoyed. I just didn't care, not for the story per se, but I guess where it left me.
Yeah, the end.
Yeah.
Yep.
And caveat being like I went straight from Godzilla Singular Point to this.
That's psychic damage.
Yeah.
That's literally that will mess you up.
Well, that's
Literally
jazz, baby.
Yeah. Literally the last episode played that final cutscene of Godzilla Singular Point, and then I like threw on this.
Mecha Godzilla, Danchi.
Yeah, so I was probably like just not. I should have taken a breather and then got into this.
Rinse the mind with some Brawl Stars,
Something like that.
Palate cleanser.
But but yeah, I just the story in and of itself, I was just like,
Oh yeah, I actually watched this before finishing Godzilla, so that might have been why.
Smarter.
Yeah.
No, I did the same thing. I did 5 episodes of Singular Point, no sudden moves, and finished Singular Point. It was still psychic.
But
damage.
I feel like you did that in 24 hours.
No, I did over the weekend.
Oh,
Oh no, I was thinking of you do no sudden move first, rinse yourself, and then
wash your hands and then you come back to it. But we have reached the end of the episode. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to share. Like, I feel like y'all watch these things and y'all enjoy them, but tell other people.
Tell a friend.
Maybe they will like us. Maybe they won't. Who knows?
But
Big Dan says a lot of controversial things.
let that be their choice.
Let that be their choice, though. As always, hashtag defund time travel. And what was Sterling going to say before I say y'all?
I forgot.
Y'all have a blessed night.
Good night, everybody.